Hey guys, it's Kerry and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a date night look that I did for my 5-year anniversary with my partner Cameron. I'm not going to be going into too much detail about that today, however I think we should just dive straight into this beautiful look. Started by putting my hair up out of the way so that I can actually see what I'm doing, and I've just adjusted myself so we can all enjoy this together. And I'm going to start by priming my skin. I'm going to be using 2 primers today. I'm going to be using the PS Prep and Perfect Vitamin Enriched Moisturising Primer with oat oil and shea butter to help support the skin's barrier. It contains vitamin E, vitamin C and niacinamide. So it's also got some skincare in it. But I love this primer. It is very thick and great for my T-zone. And then because I get oily on the rest of my face, I'm going to be using the Hydrate and Hold Primer by Revolution, just because it's a thinner base. So yeah. Whilst that is soaking into the skin, I'm going to move on to eyebrows, and I'm going to be using the Revolution Blade Brow from Relove Revolution. This is in the shade Dark Brown. It's got a spoolie on one end, and then that's what it looks like on the other end. And I use that to fill in my eyebrows, but I set my eyebrows first with the Got to Be Glued Brows and Edges. This is the waterproof version. Next, I'm going to prepare my eyelid ready for eyeshadow, and I'm going to be using the Revolution Conceal and Define concealer for this. So now we're going to move on to the eyeshadow, and the eyeshadow palette of choice today is the Profusion Love Struck palette. Ignore how messy it is. Yeah, it's a little bit dirty, but it's not the end of the world. And the first colour I think I'm going to be using is this colour right up in this corner here, which is Changes. The shade is Changes. So I'm just blending that out to create the shape of the eyeshadow. It's not got to be perfect, it's just got to be a subtle shape so that when you bring your main colour, you have a guide basically, just like that. I'm then going to come in with this colour here, which is called Medieval, which is like a slightly darker brown than the one I've just put on. And then just to deepen it up the tiniest bit, I'm going to be going in with this colour here, which is called Vamp. And I'm just going to add that onto my outer corner, just a very small amount, just to add a little bit of definition into that. I don't know whether it looks like it's done much on camera, but it's definitely done much in real life. For my eyelid, I'm going in with the shade. Now, the reason why I'm thinking about this is because the shimmer shadow always changes, but I think I'm going to go in with this one here. I'm pretty sure that's the one I used. Please let me know, do you prefer these more chilled, get ready with me style versions, or do you prefer in-depth, what I'm doing, what I'm using, tutorial version videos? Like, I'm obviously going to mix them up because I like filming both of them. However, I want to know which ones you prefer so that I can cater more towards what you like. Now that the basics of the eyeshadow is done, there are a couple things that needs doing, but I can't really do that until my base is done. We're going to move on to the base makeup. And the foundation I used that day, I didn't get any photos from that day either, just because I wanted it all to be intimate and between me and my amazing partner. So yeah, we have been together for 5 years, however we did split for 3 weeks, so I'm no longer engaged. However, we are back together and we have been for over a year now, and we're just saying that it was a small break, it wasn't a breakup. So this is the Revolution Glow foundation. I'm pretty sure you can't get this anymore, however this is the foundation I used on that day. I am looking for a new foundation because I like my L'Oreal foundation, my L'Oreal True Match foundation. I use it on TikTok all the time. However, I want something more like this. So if you have any recommendations of foundations to try, please let me know. Especially since this one's actually running out. Oh, that's not good. It's running out. But I bet if I do this... Yeah, no, still plenty of product. Looks like we're doing it this way. I may have put too much on my skin now. Oh, well. Who cares? Not me. So, today I'm not using the same sponges I used that day, just because that one kind of fell apart a couple of days ago. So whilst I was in Primark getting my shoes the other day, I found some Hello Kitty sponges, so I thought I'd try these out. I personally love Primark sponges because they're affordable, they're soft, they do the job. So yeah, and these are a pack of 2 and I think they were like £3.50 or something like that. It was a good price, however, yeah. But like I say, this is my all-time favourite foundation and I haven't been able to find anything to beat it, and it was only £15. So any recommendations will be very nice. The reason why I used this foundation is because it was a nice night that night, and my True Match foundation is actually a little bit too pale for me. This one's a little bit darker, so it's a little bit better. So yeah. Next we're going to move on to concealer for the entire face, and I'm going to be going back in with the Conceal and Define first, and I'm just going to pop that on any blemishes. I do this concealer first because it's the same colour as my foundation pretty much, and so it works better rather than highlighting my blemishes. Just a bit. If you want to know my skincare routine, head over to TikTok. I have many videos showing it. However, if you do want an in-depth what I do every single step skincare routine, I will film that for you. To brain on. So I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Fair underneath my eyes. Just brighten and lift the face. I also like to add a tiny bit there, Cupid's bow, and on my chin, just to highlight. I'll get somewhere in a minute. Right, I'm going to blend this out in reverse, so I'm going to do it under my eyes first, just so that the concealer can sit. This sponge here has a flat bit there, so I'm going to try this out, see if I like it under my eyes. I definitely like Primark sponges. I don't think I've ever had a bad sponge from Primark. they're never normally more than £1, maybe £1.50 each if it's like a collaboration one. I've just seen something on my eye and I don't know whether I should be concerned about it. Like, I don't know whether you can see, but there's a little red dot on my eye. Don't know whether I should be concerned about it. My base has gone pretty nice actually. But yeah, I'm a little bit confused about under my eye. However, I'm now going to set all of this in place with my Maybelline Matte and Poreless Fit Me powder. Next I'm going in with bronzer. And I'm going to be using a bronzer that I've fallen in love with, and that is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I don't think these have a shade, but yeah, this is the matte version. This is the Butter Bronzer. I got this from TK Maxx for, I think it was like $7.99 or something like that. And it comes with a little brush there, however, I'm not going to use that. So I'm just going to use this everywhere I would usually bronze / contour my face. Right. Next is my favourite part of this whole look, and that is blush, because I blushed. God say no. My light fell over. That's a bit rude, to be honest. And this light just doesn't want to do as itself. Oh, this is fun, the joys. But this is the Revolution powder brush. Reloaded in the shade Pink Lady. And it is, as you can see, a very bright pink. But it's not overly pigmented. So I will swirl, pop it on my face. And as you can see, it's not too pigmented. It's perfect. But it's buildable. I can add lots of blush on. So you can have your little bit if you are more of a subtle blush person, and then build it. And on the nose, of course, sun-kissed look. I love blusher. It just transforms every look. And then to go on top of that, because I don't do with matte blushers, however that is the only blusher that I found that it's cheap and it works. I'm going to go in with my Real Love contour palette in the shade Sugar. And I'm going to be using the blush. It's more of like a very pink shimmery colour, and so I use this as a topper, and I just pop a tiny bit over the top. Got a little bit of shimmer and a little bit more colour, like so. However, when it comes to highlighter on these looks, it changes all the time depending on my mood. My all-time favourite highlighter is the Soph X Revolution Highlighter Duo in the shade Sugar Frosting, and I use that one on my cheeks and that one everywhere else. And then I also have this highlighter here, and I have my palette of highlighters. So I think I'm going to go in with this one. I can't remember what highlighter I used that day because, as I said, I was in a brush, but I'm going to be using the pinky highlighter, which doesn't look very pink in certain, as you can see, it's more pink than the rest. And I'm going to use this one on my cheeks. Ready? Well, that was a bit. Okay, let's try this one. It might be because. Looks so much better in real life than it does on camera. It's the only issue with cameras. I mean, I am filming with an iPad, so I'm just going to go over the top with that white colour just to add a little bit more There we go. I just added a little bit of that one. And speaking of a little bit of that one, I'm going to be using a little bit of that one for my nose, my eyebrows, my cupid's bow, and my inner corner. Because, you know, I tend to forget about that one. So we're going to start with that one actually. The reason why I use highlighter on my inner corner is because I prefer all of my high points to match. It's so pretty. I love it, this colour, because it's not just a pure white highlighter. It's got reflex of gold, blue and greens, kind of like iridescent. But it's so blinding. Tiny bit on the tip of my nose, tiny bit, and then blend it. And the bridge of my nose, to make my nose look a little bit slimmer. And my cupid bow. And then of course, the brow bone. Top tip for any makeup look, always use a light hand. It always comes out so much better if you use a light hand. I've just realised my mascaras are downstairs, so I'm going to have to love you and leave you, and then I'm going to have to come back with my mascaras in a minute. But I'm going to finish my lower lash line first, so then I don't look like a bit of a loon. The autism's coming out now, I'm sorry. I'm just going to use exactly the same colours underneath my oil, apart from the vamp. I'm going to use the two lighter colours. Just because, like I said, I want to be subtle but drama. Oh my god, I look amazing. Right, I'm gonna go and get my mascaras and then I'll be back. Got it. They're in my handbag. If you haven't already, whilst I was down there, I tried one of my new chewing gum flavours. It was watermelon by Extra. If you haven't already, go ahead and try them. They are bloody beautiful. They're beautiful. Mascaras. Sunkissed Pure Lash Volumizing Mascara. Profusion Faux Lashes. Doesn't say on there, but that is definitely what it is. I've researched it too many times. Because I forgot what it was called and I threw away the box. I would curl my eyelashes, but I don't know where my eyelash curlers have gone. I just realised I don't know where they are. So it looks like we're not curling the eyelashes, but on the day I did curl my eyelashes. And so I'm going to use the volumizing one first, and I put 2 layers of this on. That's the first layer. I'm going to allow that to dry slightly, not all the way. And then I use the faux lashes one because it's more lengthening. And I just apply a light layer of this one. I also use the Profusion one on my lower lashes. Last but not least, actually, before we do that, I have a setting spray I need to try. Because I ran out of my setting spray. However, I couldn't flipping afford it, so I had to get a cheap one. And this one was £5 from Primark. I've never tried it. It says that it's a shimmer one though, so I'm being careful. Oh, that's pretty. So yeah, last but not least, we're gonna do the lippos. I have a lip liner and a lipstick, and I'm gonna use the Revolution Satin Kiss lip liner in the shade, what shade are you? White Wedding. I love this colour. And I'm going to put this on my lips. And then I'm going to use the Technic Cashmere Matte Lip Cream in the shade Stripped. And I'm going to put that in the middle. Just like so. This is the finished look. Just sort my hair out because now I've managed to make it a big mess. So that is the finished look. And obviously this is how it looks with my glasses. Of course, I'm going to pick that off when it's dried. So yeah, if you really wanted to go that extra mile, you could put a wing liner on or add a little bit more definition to the lips. However, yeah. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I want to try and get to 100 likes. Subscribe if you haven't already. I want to try and get to 100 subscribers this year. And then obviously comment if you prefer in-depth tutorial video ideas or these sit down, get ready with me, not very perfect, just doing whatever videos. Or if there's anything else you want to see, routines, hauls, anything like that. I'm going to allow you to have the best week possible. I'm going to try and have the best week possible, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!